Hey Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and interested in the past person, we are going to read for you guys, okay? And if you've not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. Certainly would love to have you join my soul fam, okay? And if you would like a personal reading, well, you can get one through me. There is one and only one way to book a personal reading with yours truly, and that is by following the directions in the description box below this video, okay? Super easy to do. And there's a lot of useful information down there, how to follow me on Facebook and Insta, okay? And the links to my playlists that help with emotional healing and shadow work, twin flames, meditation, all kinds of things to help you in your path. So with that being said, Sagittarius, let's get started on your reading. And here's where we're going to start first, okay? We're going back in time, to the time that this thing went by the wayside between you and this person, okay? The time, at that moment, at that time period, what was in the mind of your person? What were they thinking and feeling? What were they saying? Actions taken? Anything of that nature. Let's go back in time, Sagittarius, to that moment, okay? And see what we can learn about this person, okay, Saggy? Let's take a look and see. Let's take a look. Well, it was not emotions that kept them, that made them leave. I'll tell you that. They have big emotions. Big emotions. There may have been a divorce here. I've got a couple of cards that speak to that. All right. They were being a little bit secretive, or they thought you were. All right. All right. I'll tell you this. You know, I'm getting that in their mind, this almost was like a head over heart decision, and I'm going to tell you why. All right, very first card out. Big love. May not have been real open about it, may have been kind of quiet about it, but for whatever reason, not moving forward, not make a commitment, or divorce, whatever the case may be. Okay, so, you know, you've got the 10 of Pentacles here, and you got the 8 of Pentacles, and what's weird about that is this. This may have been financially driven or family driven, or at least they may have said that, okay? Now, for some of you, you were juggled. And there was another person here that you may or may not know about. And I think whatever this was, I think they were a little bit secretive with you about it. Or maybe you felt uncertain that they were even honest whenever they told you or gave you some kind of reason. I think you were a little bit like feeling like uncertain and cloudy about whether or not they were even being fully honest about what the real issue was. Okay? And maybe in your person's mind, they thought you were in this for superficial reasons and they weren't. Now, they could have made that comment too. All right, now, 8 of Pentacles, somebody felt like they were working really hard on their job, or maybe they felt like you were, or you wanted them to. I kind of think that you got accused of being superficial about this. Now, maybe you were, maybe you weren't. I'm just telling you what I think that they said and or felt, okay? Now, and I think, honestly, I don't think you realize, they may not have said this, but there was a lot of love on their part, and they were really busted up about this. Really did not want to be alone, away from you. That's what that has to do with 9 of Swords. And you know, they started missing you immediately. And again, you know, somebody was working really hard on the job, and, you know, for a lot of you, this was financial. And I think they thought this was superficial, like you were just in it for the money. I'm not saying you were. I'm not saying that at all. But I think your person waited a good hot minute before they made a move, too. I see that, too. All right. So, as far as zodiac signs here, before we go to the next part of this reading, to find out more about this situation, we have water and earth and air, and then we have Aries, Pisces, and Taurus for what it is worth. Okay, so Sagittarius, that being said, let's fast forward. this dynamic right now at the time you are watching this reading. What is in the mind of your person now? What do they feel? Do they miss you? Do they have emotion for you? Do they love you? Have they moved on? Have they worked on themselves any? How are they vibing? How are they doing? Let's find out. Have they released this? And let's get any kind of information about this current moment when you are watching this reading. Right? This reading is timeless. Many of you know that. Okay. What is this person thinking, feeling, and etc.? These nuts. You know, Sagittarius, these X readings, I'm just going to tell you, they never cease to amaze me. Never cease to amaze me. Well, this is really weird. Okay, so they're, all right. Really, I'm going to tell you the truth. I think they grew impatient with you in their mind, or they're growing impatient about something, and they're kind of wanting to move on, but yet they know you're their one and only, point blank period. But they feel like that it's best to let it go. And they're withdrawn from you. They may not be, you may not be hearing from them much, if any at all. But that's what they're doing, is they're trying to be stealth and quiet about this thing, okay? And they're trying real hard to release it. They fit, and it's almost like a head over heart decision. I've got that here with the King of Swords there, like, okay, I'm just, you know, da-da-da-da-da. But still really caught up in my head about this thing, but yet I feel like it's fighting a losing battle, but I'm really sexually attracted, and I almost kind of would like to reach out just for one more boinky boinky, right? You know that role, Sagittarius, right? So that's kind of what your person is thinking now. We're going to do this. We're going to look at whether or not they're going to reach out in a minute. I'm going to give you the zodiac signs here first. Okay, we have water and air and earth and fire, all the signs, and then you have Virgo for what it is worth. All right, so here's what we're going to do next, Sagittarius. Will they reach out? What are their future actions towards you? Let's take a look. Will they reach out, or are they truly going to put this behind them? Will they reach out, or are they going to put this by the wayside? Or are they just going to sit there and go back and forth on this thing? I think they're really trying to release this. I think overwhelmingly right now that's what I'm getting. But I'm going to see if they're going to have a comeback around in this thing, Sagittarius. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't think they're going to reach out. No, they're not. They're not. They're not. I'll tell you why. All right, so King of Cups reversed. I think they're trying to put this behind them. The emotion, this is a head over heart decision in their mind. And they're actually probably coming into a place where they're healing and getting past the worst of this heartbreak. Because I do think they were heartbroken about it, because this came out in the upright originally when this person left. They were busted up, Saggy. Now they're healing, and they're coming to a place of light at the end of the tunnel, optimism, better days ahead, sleeping at night, eating and doing better. And they're kind of like, okay, I feel emotion for this person, but this is a head over heart decision, and I've got to get over this, and I'm just not moving forward. I'm going to heal and you know, look at moving forward. And this is the card of self-healing too. So that's kind of what I've got. Okay, so we've got water and air and fire and Aries. So what if Sagittarius reaches out? We're going to ask that question, since that came out like it did. What would happen if Sagittarius reached out? What would happen if Sagittarius reaches out? How would that go? Give us some cards to tell us what would happen if my Saggy friend who's watching this video reached out to this person. I've got a lot of in and out. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what you would hear. And for many of you, They're going to this came out like a timeline, so I'm just going to give it to you, okay? They're going to first tell you, I've released this and moved on. There is a chance that you guys would come back together, and this person may be at a distance too, acting distant, whatever, but there's a good chance that it would pick back up and fast, okay? And look like it would be going well, starting to make progress. There would be a lot of but either way, even if it doesn't pick up, or it does, you may be married, you may marry, okay? But it would be jumping in too quick, impulsive, and if you did marry them. All right, there's a couple of different storylines. For those of you that actually marry, it would be too quick and eventually end in another debacle, and it is, again, related to finances. Okay, for those of you that it doesn't pick back up, or it does pick back up, either way, they're going to say, I've released this. I've worked on myself and I'm doing this. I love you. That is not the issue. I love you with everything in me. Yes, I'm on a busy street. Sorry for the noise. Yes, I love you. I love you with everything in me. And nothing would make me happier than for this thing to work out. But it would be impulsive for me to do this. It would be too quick because in my mind, it would lead to another financial debacle or family, whichever. So I think if it picks up, and even if you marry, I don't see it lasting. Now, energies can change. You both can fix whatever this thing is. You both have to, though. You can't fix it by yourself. Both of you, okay? And either way, whether you go back with this person or you go in another direction, you will manifest another debacle if you don't fix it and heal from it. And time alone doesn't heal anything. Like I've said, time plus work is what heals, okay? There is a reason that things become more painful and more intense for every heartbreak. The universe designs things that way for a reason. I don't talk about that in the general readings on my channel, but I very much do talk about that in playlists and in personal readings and stuff like that. So, at any rate, here's what we have. We have water, we have earth, and air. Did I say? No, there is no water. I'm sorry. We have air and earth. That's it. And we have Cancer. And here is the water. We do have water. My bad. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get some advice from the tarot for you guys, Sagittarius. Advice from the tarot related to this dynamic. Advice from the tarot. Advice from the tarot for the Saggies. Advice from the tarot for the Saggies. Heal and move on. Withdraw from this situation. Put some distance. Stop fighting for this. That's what this is about. That's why this came up in the upright. Put some energetic distance here. Withdraw. Go inside, do the energy work. Heal. So that you won't manifest another debacle in the future. That's what this is about. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Stop working on something that is not paying off. Choose your battles, and don't focus on the loss, okay? Focus on the victory and the learning and the knowledge that you're going to gain from this. It's always about lessons. Sometimes strong soul connections work out well. Sometimes they don't romantically, but it's always about lessons. Triumph over adversity, clarity and learning and knowledge, and developing your intuition from these experiences so that you won't repeat them in the future, right? And it helps you step into your power. That's what this is about, Saggy Gang. That's what this is really about, okay? So you have pulled Earth and Air again, and Virgo, okay? And I'm going to pull some Moonology for you. We'll pull some Moonology for the Saggies. Moonology. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. If you want to get into detail about your specific situation, well, you can. Book a personal reading with me, one and only one way. You can see how to book that, or even an emergency reading down below in the description box. That's the one and only one way to book a reading with me. Don't let your past hold you back. It's all about healing those past wounds, right? There you go. All right, and take time to breathe out. This is about doing energy work again. That's what that is. The reason the breath is often referred to in meditation and energy work is because the breath represents the spirit, and that is really the most important part of you guys, okay? And let's pull a quote for you. Let's pull a, just fell out. That wolf inside you, it's meant for greater things than having over lost loves, right? Let go or be dragged, right? The universe is running along holding your hand. You can fight it and be dragged on the concrete, which hurts really hard, hurts really bad. Or you can say, let's run along, and it's a lot easier, right? Okay, so that being said, Sagittarius, I hope this has helped. I know this wasn't a very pleasant reading, but I read the cards as they come out. I know not every Sagittarius is having the same experience. For that, I'm thankful. If this is not your story, then great. Catch me next time on the next Saggy reading. And if it's your story, then let me know below. Either way, okay? Many blessings to everyone. And again, thank you all so much for the support recently when I took my break over my family. It means the world. All right, Saggy gang, many blessings to all of you.